wouldn't even nerf him, to be honest. He's so much hard work. I'm joking. I love Bryan, but he's horribly OP. The frames are too insane. The math doesn't add up. Too big hitboxes, too much tracking. That's so many characters right now. What's up, guys? TheMainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. A viewer wanted me to very quickly go through the entire roster and discuss what characters do I think are balanced and what characters are OP. And in the current state of Tekken 8 Season 2, half a roster is OP. So I'm gonna discuss that very quickly and briefly, character by character, but I just wanna start by saying that it's gonna be like, what, 6 more months of playing this current state of Tekken, and I'm going insane. Like, I really like this game, and I play ranked all the time for hours on end, but I just go insane. Playing against Alisa, playing against Hwoarang, playing against Asuka, and it's just, there's no counterplay. If you're not playing one of those characters and you can throw back that karma in their face, it's miserable. I think it's so fucking shitty of the devs. And they use the excuse that they don't want to mess up the tournaments for the pro players. What about the rest of us who still support this game and play it? You know, for me, it's daily. We support this game by upping the play count. We invest our time into the game. We want to improve. And we are 99.99% of a play. Of the people who play this game, and we're not pros going to tournaments, but so we're gonna suffer to that extent because of a couple of pro players. And meanwhile, you look at Dota 2 and you see Valve, they don't give a shit. They'll launch a huge balance patch in the middle of the biggest tournament. So I'm just like, they could do it, and I wish they would, because 6 more months of playing against this Asuka, it's just like, it's not terribly funny to think about that. That's a long time, you know. The main proposition for this video was how many characters are actually balanced. So I'm gonna go character by character, and I'll just tell you my quick opinion if they need nerfs or not. This character absolutely needs nerfs. This character's chainsaw mode has been a joke for the entirety of Tekken 8. And does too much damage. This character was never meant to have combo damage like that. Lack of counterplay, chainsaw frames, too insane, too much tracking. That's so many characters right now. The frames are too insane, the math doesn't add up. Too big hitboxes, too much tracking. This character doesn't work to play against. This character needs nerfs. Used to be broken defense, Sabaki, back free, can, evasive attacks coming out of her vagine, extended parries. You know what I'm talking about. Broken defense. And then they give her broken offense. Crazy homing, crazy mids, crazy frames. And whose great idea was that? It was the game designer at Bandai Namco who said, let's take the easiest character in the game who specializes on defense. Let's give that character SS plus tier tools and no weaknesses and broken offense. Azucena is fine. Lovely lady. I'll have that cafe, my darling. Azucena is fine. I think she's actually a more interesting character than many people think. I don't think anyone's given her a chance, to be honest. No one knows what the fuck she does. But she's fine. She can stay the way she is. I wouldn't even nerf him, to be honest. He's so much hard work. I'm joking. I love Bryan, but he's horribly OP. The changes I would do straight away, but this is only my opinion. Remove or nerf 4-1. Taunt heat smash, remove it. Shouldn't be in the game. Or make it frame perfect. Reduce the tracking of a heat smash. Reduce tracking yet again on incinerator. Reduce the frames on it, revert the frame buff they did to Incinerator, make Cannon Core Circle Back 1 neutral on block. That's a start. If they do that, he'll start being more okay. Claudio needs nerfs. I don't like that he has that heat smash, but I don't see them removing it. You know what I would do to his heat smash? Make it like Lee's used to be, minus 15. He should be taking a risk doing that low.
Thoughts on your
guard break has to be nerfed. DP has to be nerfed. That move should never be safe. Make it minus 10 at least yesterday. Double Jin is fine the way he is. He's absolutely fine the way he is. I might piss people off here, but I think Dragunov is pretty balanced. Maybe his 1-to-1 needs some form of toning down, but I think this character is fine. I think he's strong, but he's in a good spot. Ulsan wins with this character because Ulsan is the best player right now. It's not Dragunov. Dragunov is strong, but he's not OP. Feng Wei, I think, is super good. He's borderline fine because his combos are not the best. His combo damage is not the best. His wall travel is not the best. I still think he has a few tools that are still too spammable, like back 4. Couple of other tools we could get into. But I'm gonna say Feng Wei, mostly fine. Not a huge problem, I would say. Gigantic, astronomical fucking problem. I talk too much about this character, but like most all-round character in the game, most legacy privilege in the game, horrendously broken, in my opinion. To even repair this character at this point, I would even say like Heat Flappy might have to go. I don't know if it's enough to just make his 10-frame jab not launch. I think Heat Flappy needs to go. Flappy can't be natural anymore in Heat. It creates too many problems on a character that probably never should have had that to begin with. And then I'm not sure I like his Dragon Lash either. You know, his down foot free from right foot forward, his jumping homing. I'm not sure I like him having that move. And his right flamingo 4-free, the new Season 2 string, is a massive problem. The counterplay is way too strict. And what's with the homing low? That homing low should be bad frames on hit. Considering how many of his weaknesses it counters, it should have terrible frames, but it's got good frames. And also, like, what's up with his damage? What's up with his wall travel? Why does his heat smash wall splat from far away? Jack is slept on. He's got gigantic damage. He can 2-tap. He's got a lot of strong things. But unless I'm proven wrong, he's not a problematic character, in my opinion. He's solid, you know. Jin is actually turning into a pretty, don't hate me now, but a pretty bearable character, at least for me. Season 1 was the most broken, where he had the most broken stuff. But he's still too strong. Electric, Demon Paw, Heat Smash, his neutral control, how all-round he is. He's taken a lot of nerfs, but he needs more nerfs. He's not a huge problem, I think. Slept on and huge problem. Ultra broken character. It's just that no one talks about her. You rarely run into her. So most people think June is fine. It's a bit like Asuka, this combination of best defense, best offense. She's absolutely ridiculous. Needs a lot of nerfs. A lot of nerfs. Kazuya is fine. Yeah, sorry, biased Kazuya main, but I think Kazuya is perfectly fine. I just don't like his Scourge. I think that's a scrubby move. I'd want that to be -15 because it's still a high damage counter hit launcher. Low, you know, counter hit launcher. -15 on that. You could reduce the frames on Patricide Fist, but it has so much counterplay anyway. It's so linear, it's so slow. And his poking is so shit. I think Kazuya is a great example of a balanced character, to me at least. King is fine outside of homing throws. That should not exist. His Heat Smash less tracking. And in my opinion, his RKO make it 24 frames instead of 23 frames. Pro players are gonna hate it, but this character, it just doesn't work. Almost every Tekken match is played online. That's just a fact. But mostly fine. I thought he was going to be top 5 early season 2, but he's scratching top 15, you know. Nerf. The wall combo has to go. Heat Smash still needs reduced tracking. And then there's a couple of moves that are torture to deal with. Hunting bear stance down for 1. You know, knockdown wall splat mid that he mixes with the untechable throw. It's a disgusting mix-up. Back 4-2 might be too strong as well. But on this character, the #1 priority is the wall combo. It just has to go. It has no place in this game, in my opinion. That's gotta go. Lars is so brain dead and he is too safe. Ever since they got him that... Is it silent entry 3-4? The knee into kick. That's neutral on block. That move does too much for his mix-ups, his stance mix-ups. He should not be able to regain heat when he's in heat. I still don't like that stomp in heat. I think it's just dumb. And he's too safe. Everything is -12 on him. Lars is kind of dumb considering how easy he is. I wouldn't say gigantic problem, but it's still annoying. Lo is dumb as fuck and needs nerfing. Nunchuck is ridiculous. It's just way too strong. And 111 needs to go. 10 frame confirmable launchers have no place in Tekken, man. Lee is fine. He's a solid character. He's a ton of work, but he's fine. Leo is super strong, super slept on. No one plays the character anyway. No one plays him in pro play. You don't see him too much online, but he's very, very strong. I'd nerf him. Leroy is mostly fine. Maybe they could tone down his damage. He's one of the hardest hitters in the game. Could tone down his damage a bit. Lili's fine in my opinion. No complaints. I think her heat is a little bit dull to deal with at the wall, just looping that 50-50, but mostly fine. Nina needs a fuck ton of nerfs. Take another round at down for the 1-2. Way too all round, way too privileged. It's like Jin also does everything, but he also got nerfs after season 1. She didn't. I don't know why Nina always survives with nerf hammer so fucking hard. I don't know what it is, but she needs toning down on big parts of her toolkit. Panda's like Kuma. Paul is fine. He's solid. He's solid, but he's fine. Raven's fine for the most part. I just never really see anything broken on this guy. He has a lot of like good buttons, like his down for the 1, while standing 2, core circle forward 4, down back 2. Some nice mix-ups, 1 frame parry, but he's unique and fine, I think. Reina's fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into detail on Reina, but she's fine, man. Shaheen is mostly fine. He's strong and solid. A bit like how Dragunov is strong and solid, in my opinion. Like, strong characters, but not ridiculous in any way. I don't like what they've done to Steve in Tekken 8 or Season 2. I don't like super evasive Steve. It's like Xiaoyu with a cock. That's what it feels like. And I'm not a fan of constant Lionheart fucking mixes. I don't like it at all. But as a character, I think he's mostly fine, balance-wise. Victor is very strong, but mostly fine. I don't think he's ridiculously OP or anything. He's just kind of brain dead and very strong. Xiaoyu, as annoying as she is mostly fine. Now, you know what? The only thing I would remove on this character, her heat wall combo, 4-2-1-2, giving a free follow-up. She shouldn't have stuff like that. She's not meant to be high damage. I would remove that combo. But that's like it, I think. Yoshimitsu is very strong, but you don't see him anymore. But I don't know, still a bit of a specialist character. Maybe leave him the way he is, to be honest. Like, no one's playing him anyway. Zafina, I think she's mostly fine. I just still don't like her parry. Infinite active frames, does 1,000,000 damage. I don't like her Azazel claw attacks. They're way too plus at times. And they're way too hard to step at times. Very underrated character, I think. I don't know, I'd tone down her frames a little bit. Not a big problem. Eddy is annoying, but he's not a problem. He's solid, though. He's solid, but he's not a problem. Lidia is annoying as fuck when she's in heat. Maybe make her heat more interesting. That would go a long way for the character, I think. And for the rest of us who deal with the character, but mostly she's fine. Heihachi is fine. I know a lot of people hate Heihachi. They think he's so OP, so annoying. Final boss Heihachi is so dumb. And final boss Heihachi, I mean, he's arguably top 1 when he pops that. A quick tip, if Heihachi is constantly doing like safe sweeps against you, low parry or like hop kick. A lot of people do that against me. I do that a lot against Heihachi players, and you know, it's by far your best option. Heihachi to me is a balanced character. He's a fuck ton of work, but he is the best Mishima most likely, like after Jin. For all of his strengths, he has equal drawbacks. He's strong, but I just wouldn't nerf this character. Clive almost needs a rework. Arguably the most insufferable neutral in the game. What pains me the most about Clive is how little he has to think about throwing out buttons. 2, pile driver, Titan, 2-2, forward 2-2. Everything is so safe. Everything has so much tracking. Everything has so much range. It's a bit like Noctis neutral control, but ×2. Painful character. It needs a ton of nerfs. Almost needs a rework because so many tools just shouldn't be in the game. Where do you even start with Anna? Hammer Chance needs a complete rework. The character shouldn't have damage 4. This character was never meant to have a good low poke. And someone also felt, oh, give her a bazooka where she can use it. She swings her bazooka and now she has, you know, a homing move that's 5 meters in range. Oh, and that move should also be plus on block. She has the most insane frames, and she has a debuff she very easily applies, where now if you block, you take tremendous amounts of chip damage. Why does she have a 1+2+1 on block mid that counters for a 40 damage wall splat? And it's a homing. It's like a 16 frame startup homing. Why is that in the game? With everything else she has, you know, her strings, her counter hits. And she has arguably the best 50-50 in the game. Does she need all of this? And why does she have a super evasive 13 frame heat smash? 13 frames and evasive. Like, what the fuck? Fahkumram is a great character. He's fine. He's solid. But so yeah, that's my breakdown of a roster. And as you can see, it's like half a roster just desperately needs toning down. And some characters like Clive, it's just, where do you even start? But a lot of characters are also well designed. I've never had more fun with Kazuya. I've never had more fun with Heihachi, or with Deviljin, or with Paul. And I mean that. They did such a great job. It's just that, unfortunately, what the hell happened? You know, what happened to her? Like, or Asuka. Asuka is like unrecognizable. So yeah, that would be my thoughts. I hope that was interesting to people, and I hope the devs come to their senses soon and we get a balance patch, you know. So have a great day, everyone. Thanks for listening.